We are live. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Gospel of Comics. I am your host, the Church of Failure, and with me, as always, is my trusty co-host, Ayrton McCartney. How you doing today, buddy? Yeah, no, I stopped doing that like a month and a half ago. I don't know where the fuck you've been. Yeah, I know. No, I stopped doing that a while ago because, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Ayrton. In fact, it actually loses its viewers because people join in when I put the tweet out, and then they're like, fuck this music, I'm not watching this shit. Anyway, She can't hear you. I can hear you. Let me check the OBS. Say something. Oh shit! I can't hear you. They couldn't even hear the intro. What the fuck? Let me check this. Advanced audio properties. This is great. La 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 la. All right, say something now. Nope, that didn't do it either. Try now.
Hello, testing.
That's it. That's it. Now you're on board. Oh shit. Okay. Thank you for joining us for this fucking disaster, Commie Mark. They didn't even hear the fucking intro. I played it for no one.
Are you guys excited to finally hear the sexy, sensual sound of my deep, luscious voice?
your voice isn't the sexy, sensual one here. We have a Brit with us.
Yeah. Let me get it in before he starts talking. Come on now.
Nope, I can't do it. Anyway, we are joined in the virtual studio by the one and only Commie Mark with just some amazing quotes on his Indiegogo page that we will get to. The one by Adam Post is utterly fantastic.
Yeah, prophetic as well.
So, go ahead and introduce yourself, sir. Who are you? What do you do? Why are you here? How did you get here?
Who gave you the keys?
Yeah, who let me in?
Right.
Why am I still in here? So, hello, I am Commie Mark. First of all, thanks for having me on the show on the Gospel of Comics. I'm very excited to be here, obviously.
I wouldn't be, but go ahead.
Yeah, don't be.
So, my friend Carl Stefan of Mary Boys said that this is a good show to come on. They're both good dudes or whatever, here I am.
He lied to you.
He did, but we did look at Not Daredevil a while back, and we had a hard time finding pages that we could show on YouTube. So that's
oh yeah, because I think you guys were in the first 1,000 free copies of the origin story that I gave away like a year and a half ago.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We talked to the one and only Don Chen about you not a week ago. So he's like, you guys got to have Commie Mark on. That guy's the best. And I'm like, we reviewed his comic, and we had a hard time finding pages that we could show on the channel. Oh man,
yeah, it's a pretty spicy book.
It is
spicy,
but you know what? I actually love the concept of what you're doing, and I have a hard time understanding why more people haven't explored the public domain. Like we've all seen the dynamite predicates of the Golden Age heroes, the Spider, the Death-Defying Devil by one Gail Simone that we'll get into earlier, the Eric Larson reinvigoration of Daredevil. But nobody has really done the Golden Age heroes justice, especially like characters the Shadow and Doc Samson and stuff like that. Like these characters keep getting brought back to life.
Don't get me started on the fucking Shadow.
Look, go ahead.
Have you read the Batman 66 comics?
I've read a couple of them.
What?
Yeah, with the Shadow and whatnot.
Yeah, there's a bunch of ones. But what's cool about it is that it's set in the Adam West universe, and so everything's as silly and campy as it is in those. And that's what I think's missing from all the Golden Age reboots, that they try and put them in the modern day, and but I want to see them in that original.
We've talked extensively on this channel about how deconstructionism is ruining comics, and I think that that's something they're trying to do with these Golden Age characters is deconstruct them and make them these edgy boys and these hard anti-heroes. And that's not what the Golden Age was about. Like, the Golden Age was about campiness. The Golden Age was about doing things that other publishers weren't doing at the time. Like, if it was stupid, then it just got done. But
yeah, and the stuff that they were able to do in those days before the Comics Code Authority was introduced is insane. Even now in the modern day, some of the images contained inside the pages, you couldn't print today unless you was doing some indie thing.
Right. Well,
the mainstream would let you do it.
Well, you've got the campaign pulled up here, and you've got a short and sweet introduction to Not Daredevil. So I'm going to play that real quick for the people, and then we will rejoin the discussion. Also, shout out.
We will not be able to hear.
Also, shout out to Kathy, Don Chin, and Darb in the chat. How you guys doing?
Not Daredevil's got everything.
Hello, comrade.
Three of our
book.
favorite
It's got
people.
great drawings, colors, great story. It's got action, a little
That makes me
romance.
uncomfortable. Hello, HR.
It's about
Can we get
something. Whoa! What is it about?
That's the best introduction video to a comic book that I've ever seen. So, without further ado, I have one personal question that I have to ask you about. Where did the Commie Mark character come from? Are you an avowed communist, sir?
So I am actually a communist.
Okay.
And so when I first put out this Not Daredevil book, a year and a half ago, the free Origin one, I was begging to go on shows everywhere in it, trying to get on podcasts, trying to get reviews, just trying to get anyone to look at my book in it. And then someone eventually let me on. It was War Campaign, but nobody knew who I was. I was using a pseudonym in it, I was pretending to be the original Lev Gleason, who created the character and did all that stuff. I was pretending to be this old man. So then I go on the show and come on camera for the first time anyone ever sees me. And I think, it's funny, I'm wearing a t-shirt with a picture of my own face on. That's funny. But what I didn't expect was the reaction to the fact that I just happened to have a big communist flag hanging in the background in it, because that's I've had that for 10 years or something. It's just part of my furniture. I don't even look at it. If the camera had been pointing a different way, it would have been pointing at all of my Buddhas on the other wall, or all of my world maps on the other wall, and it would have been completely different. But it was quite an event. and then people just started calling me Comic Mark, like, and I leaned into it.
Hey, get in where you can fit in, right? I don't hold anything against you on that, even though our ideologies might butt heads. Also, shout out to the Brethren in the War campaign, hail! But those guys,
without
go ahead.
I was going to say, without them, like, I wouldn't be hearing it. Like, they are the ones who opened the gate and let me in. Like, I was in a disguise and they didn't know it was me till I was already inside. Like, but credit to them for...
Like a true communist.
Those guys are... those guys, they have an eye for talent, and they know it when they see it. And, when I first heard about your campaign, I was a little bit, dubious. I was like, so this guy's just rewording old Golden Age books? And then I read your book, and I was like, that was fucking hilarious. Like, that's the funniest shit that I've read.
We loved it.
That's the funniest shit that I've read all year. And, Ayrton can attest to this. I'm a fucking sucker for old school 50s and 60s, Silver Age books, right there around the advent of Hal Jordan and when the Legion of Superheroes and Superboy kicked off, and Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, and all those corny fucking books that you read today, and it's just like, oh well, that's not a comic book, that's a satire. And I'm like, fuck you, this is what comics actually used to be. They used to be funny books. That's why people called them fucking funny books, you asshats. And, I read Not Daredevil, and I'm like, this guy knows what he's doing. Like, he's got his game on lock, and, if he keeps doing this, then however many Not Daredevil books there are, watch the fuck out, because he's going to make every one of them better than they were.
Yeah, and it really felt like a proper satire for the modern age of those classic books. Which kind of leads into my question. Like, so, comedy-wise, I'm a big fan of British comedy and satire. Like, what were kind of like comedic wise sort of your influences coming up for like your style of writing?
Oh, that's a good question. So I really like, the writer Charlie Brooker. Do you know who he is? Like, he's a TV writer. He's so funny and smart. He's the person who made all those Black Mirrors on it. Like, and a bunch of other great things. Like, he's amazing, but you don't know who he is. I learned a lot about like storytelling from Dan Harmon, like the guy who co-created Rick and Morty. Like,
right.
He's a great person. But what you're actually asking for is like British comedians in it. Like, I don't know. I like all of them. I like
Hugh Laurie and Stephen Fry and whatnot.
Oh, I love Blackadder's like one of my favorite things. That's so funny. I wish that I could write in that rhythm, like with the alliterations that they're doing. Stuff incredible that is.
So we've got the Not Daredevil. What is it? The Not Daredevil Universe campaign pulled up. And you are at $2,700 USD, which is 1,987 British pounds, I believe.
Yeah, I'm like one backer away from crossing £2,000. Yeah, which is my real money.
Right, and
from in metric.
From what I understand, what you've got is a campaign here where you've re-lettered a book, and you're doing the lettering, correct?
No, my friend Cap Articus is doing it, taking over the role from the recently deceased Captain Fuckhead.
Captain Fuckhead is deceased?
Yeah, like he stepped out of line one too many times, so we've had him whacked. Like,
Oh,
he's
right,
dead now,
right.
like,
He got the gulag. I understand.
he did, yeah.
You
It was
gotta wear
causing
pants. You gotta wear
issues.
pants in comics, people.
So yeah, we had him whacked, like, because I'm a ruthless leader in my revolution.
We got the reincarnation of Stalin here live on air, folks. Like and share the video if you don't want to go to Siberia.
Yeah, and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, because
Which is in the description down below, because we don't want to get whacked as well.
Yeah. If you're not a subscriber, when the revolution comes, you're up the wall, and that's where my list's gonna come from. That's the list of people to save. So make sure you subscribe.
My man's gonna marry AOC. It's gonna be glorious.
I mean, I am re-education camp inmate number 42069. So
That's right. That's right. I'm 69 420. I came a little bit later than he did, but I'm in there.
Yeah, he always comes
you might
first,
get your
doesn't he?
prostate checked if it took you that long.
Like I just. Anyway, I'm looking at the campaign here, and you know we've got Commie Mark leads Glorious Comic Book Revolution, rewriting the history of the Golden Age. And we have this fantastic real life photograph of you on the side of a building holding the communist flag. Sees the means of comic production.
That building that I'm on the side of is actually the publishing house that the original company was in. Like, in my mind canon, you know, we've actually seized the public domain building as well.
And in 1956,
you swear to God that you're not just being satirical or anything like this, because it is too funny.
Well, I am a satirist as well, innit? Like,
look,
but
don't give up the bag, Ayrton. Calm the fuck down, buddy.
Sorry.
Anyway, in 1956, the one-time largest comic book company in the United States closed its doors for the last time. An anti-communist cancel culture conspiracy involving Senator McCarthy, a crackpot German scientist, the FBI, and a coalition of hysterical housewives and righteous religious types saw the establishment of the Comic Code Authority that brought down a curtain on the company that once boasted over 6 million readers. Now, imagine you had a comic book today that could garner 6 million readers. You would be a god in the comic book industry.
Yeah. Incredible, isn't it? If I'm sold 6 million copies of issue 1, I'd just retire. Like, it's job done.
Right.
Like,
right. Just take the old just take the 1911 and take it out back, because you can't top that, right?
No.
When the company shut down, the characters it published fell into the public domain, as some of the best-selling titles of the age were lost. Daredevil, Silver Streak, Captain Battle, Crime Does Not Pay, and many more. Now, what company are we talking about specifically here? Do you know, or?
The company is called Lev Gleason Publications, and it was during the Golden Age, pre-Marvel and Timely. It was like the competitor to DC Comics.
Back when Batman was being published by Entertainment Comics.
It's a very long time ago, yeah. Like,
Batman itself wasn't being published by them. Detective Comics was being published by them, and Action Comics was being published by them. But With your help, we can roll our Soviet-era tanks down Main Street, kick down the old doors of the abandoned Liv Gleason publication. Shouldn't have asked a question before I kept reading. Dust off the old printing presses and redistribute the classic Golden Age comic book characters from the public domain to a more modern audience. Together, we conceive the means of comic publication and take the comic industrial complex. After successfully fulfilling the hilarious Kim Il-sung The Best Korea, and the controversial Western comic book writer satirist Kami Mark returns to a long-anticipated but soon-to-be hit series, not Daredevil, the greatest name in comics. Now you got Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, the greatest name in comics is the actual tagline for the original character in it. And I've just kept it because, there's a whole story behind the reason it's called not Daredevil and the trademark behind Marvel, and the loophole I'm exploiting and stuff. And the greatest name in comics just alludes to that. So I stuck with that, kept it.
Well, I've got your main cover pulled up here, and it is very much in the sense of a realistic, painted, inked, colored type, semi-realistic portrait type cover here by James Malone, Doomsday Kingdom. Tell me a little bit more about this guy.
So he is another one of our CG UK dudes, like myself and Chubb and Caparticus and that. He does this great zombie book, Doomsday Kingdom, which is a mailing list for the second part of that out now. People should go and sign up for that too. He's one of the guys, we all help each other on that in CG UK, doing bits for each other. I asked him to do me an Alex Ross style cover, because Alex Ross and Dynamite and all of that.
I was avoiding saying the name because I didn't want to, insult your guy, because this is fantastic, and I don't know that Alex Ross could do this without painting it. But this is almost like wax crayon and colored pencil type coloring, which still gives a feel of an illustration as opposed to a photorealistic print. But continue.
It's hand painted with watercolors, I believe. I'm not sure. I'm terrible at the art words in it. My description was make it look like Alex Ross, and it doesn't. It looks like a gym painting, which is great. It stands on its own. It doesn't have to be
just say what you mean. It looks better. It looks better than an Alex Ross, right?
That's sweet. I'm gonna add that as a quote to the campaign underneath. Looks better than Alex Ross.
We're on record. It looks better than an Alex Ross, right?
So he painted that. He was hand painting that. So I launched a book on January the 1st at midnight UK time because I wanted to claim the title of the highest grossing book of the year. There was no competition.
Right.
And I only decided to do that about 2 weeks before. So I was like, bro, I need you to do that cover. He's like, I'm moving house. It's like, I need it by December 31st. And he sent it to me about an hour before the campaign launched. And when it launched, it didn't have all the the trade stuff on or whatever, the titles and that. It was just a picture of the painting. But yeah, it's quite good. Under pressure as well.
Well, it's an amazing looking cover. Ayrton, do you have this link? Do I need to send it to you, or are you looking at it?
I got it. I'm looking at it.
Okay. The cover itself is phenomenal. Now, why did you pick the Daredevil versus the Klan comic to launch your Indiegogo campaign on Not Daredevil? I mean, I can say that it was a good decision because of the current climate in U.S. politics, but I'm just,
Oh yeah, wait
I'm
till
just,
we
I'm
scroll
just
down a
asking
little
as
bit.
a, as a conservative comics fan, I've got to know why the Klan is suddenly actually a thing when they kind of died off in the '90s for real. So
Well, in the 30s and 40s, when this book's from, like it was a real thing, but a real thing, like it's
absolutely,
a
yeah.
conspiracy, like it was a real issue, is what I mean, and it contemporary to the time. And I've read like not all of the Daredevil comics, like maybe the first 75 or whatever. And I wanted to pick one that wasn't. I picked the least controversial one to open with.
This is the least controversial.
Yeah, in some aspects, yeah, definitely.
Okay,
What was the
all
most
right.
controversial?
Well, my plan, I want to do like 12 of these books with the finale being not Daredevil versus
Well,
Hitler.
the most
It all takes
controversial
place
campaign,
during World War II.
the most controversial campaign he's going to do, Ayrton, is when he cleans the white face off and people realize that he's an African American.
Oh, okay. Would it be African Britain?
No. He's going to drop the accent too.
Oh, okay.
Talking of African Britons, I'd do another shout out for Chubb. He's an African Briton as well. Like,
Oh, okay. Okay. Is that actually a thing over there? Do you guys call them African Britons? Is that a thing?
No, we don't.
Okay. Don't tell me what you call them. YouTube might kick me off. A warning from this creator of this book. Only 18s only. Over 18s only contains mature content, and I can't read the letter. Actually, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. To
There.
whomever it may concern, the comic in which you are about to read is like nothing you have ever seen before. When I first witnessed the controversial and shocking images contained within this comic book, I could not believe my eyes. Unbelievable scenes of violent crime, racism, murder, suicide, torture, and war await you in this pseudo-intellectual reboot of a Golden Age classic. Outrageous tales from an era before the Comic Code Authority shine a light on the beliefs of the comic book creators and everyday Americans during the golden age of comics. Not Daredevil uses cutting-edge modern technology to upcycle the warm, nostalgic artwork by the legendary Charles Bureau and replaces all of the captions and dialogues to inject a new, modern, satirical narrative set in the weird campy universe the originals were. As the editor of this book, I cannot in good faith recommend that you continue reading for those who shock or offend easily, or as a professional I highly suggest that you read no further and go about your business. Ignore what you didn't see here. The following work is a pseudo-intellectual satirical parody of the content and culture Golden Age comics using the public domain art. Lots of love, Commie Mark.
Yeah.
So we've got an actual art page here, and you're using the original art pages and the original layout of the book. Now, you haven't restructured the page layout for this printing?
No. There's a couple, like, there's some pages that I've taken out, like,
Okay.
and in the Clue versus the Ku Klux Klan, I've actually taken two separate stories and stitched them together, like into one feature-length story. You know what I mean? Like I've taken two.
Right, two stories.
Cross those over into one story, like so, yeah. But all the original artwork is original. We did for months and months do experiments on recoloring, like to make it look a bit better. and we couldn't even make it look as good as this. Like, this is like incredible, especially for 1941. I think this page is from. It looks great. It looks better than some of the art that we see in our modern contemporary comic book.
Let me just be clear. This looks better than probably 3 or 4 of the Comic Gate campaigns that I've backed so far. Let's just be honest. I'm not going to name any names here, but some things get some push that don't deserve it according to the Golden Age. Let's just be honest.
Well, the artist that I have working on my book is an Eisner Hall of Fame award winner, and so that's good.
Back when Eisner's meant something.
Yeah, he got it posthumously though, whatever, it still counts.
Now, we've got a page here, and it's got a little introductory panel. With the war brewing in Europe, the people of America sleep comfortably in their beds, blissfully unaware of a secret Nazi plot to stage a Ku Klux Klan coup, detach and seize control of the White House. Only one man stands in their way.
Coup d'etat.
Fuck you, I'm Southern. Only one man stands in their way. The hero formerly known as Daredevil. Not Daredevil. So, is there any reason you didn't choose the artist formerly known as Daredevil as the title of your book?
Purple rain, purple rain.
It's a little bit long. I made that mistake with The Adventures of Kim Il-sung and Best Career. It's too long. I just call it Best Career now. People don't know about that. And in fact, I should have chosen a better name than not Daredevil, because...
Well, the thing is, the artist formerly known as Daredevil, you could just replace with a symbol.
Yeah. Well,
I like the name Not Daredevil. It's awkward enough to say that it's funny.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a smack in the face, and it with obviousness.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I've got 11 more books. I can do one where he's got a symbol and that. That'll be fine.
You've got a bright future in CG, so I don't see a lax of Not Daredevil books in the future, or the artist formerly known as Not Daredevil. But Not Daredevil versus Ku Klux Klan is a 30-plus page satirical parody of the culture and context of Golden Age comics, which, I mean, let's be honest here, the Golden Age of comics was a really fucked up time. A lot of people don't realize this, but the Golden Age of comics, there weren't a lot of quote-unquote superheroes. Like Daredevil, The Shadow, Savage, The Clock. Anybody remember The Clock? You remember The Clock, Mark?
I do not even know who The Clock is.
Oh man, he was the first mass vigilante. He had a little strip of cloth hanging down from his hat, and that was his disguise.
Incredible.
You should look into him. He's fantastic.
Did he break into the Capitol?
But no, but
okay.
we've got a situation here where we've got a Golden Age hero and a book that's able to be rewritten in the modern age, where we've literally got the Ku Klux Klan wearing swastika robes.
It's just too perfect, isn't it?
Right. Especially in today's era, like all you got to do is put a MAGA hat on one of the guys in the book, and you've got a modern story, right?
Yeah. And I launched this, and 4 days later or something, that incident at the Capitol happened or whatever, and it was like, wow, I'm prophesizing the future. When I made Kim Il-sung and Best Career, Kim Jong-un got rushed to hospital, and the world thought he was dead for 2 months. He was having some kind of mental breakdown in response to the release of my book, I was saying I killed him.
Well, you had a great response to Adventures of Kim Il Sung and Best Korea, aka Best Korea, the artist formerly known as Kim Il Sung. You had a pretty good response to that. Like I saw it all over Twitter.
Have you been listening to Prince this past week, Church?
Shut up, Purple Rain. I'm just saying, as far as it goes, from what I saw on Twitter, you had a really good response to your previous campaign, and I thought we might talk about that a little bit. No, stop clicking. I thought we might talk about that once we get past the perks in this book, depending on how much time we have left. But how? Go ahead.
Nobody before Best Career had done a campaign like Best Career. For me, the campaign is as good as my book is. This is my one chance to convince you to buy the book off me. So the campaign has to be as funny and as meta as the book itself. So I take it real seriously. And I actually get a kick out of doing it, like a love writing campaign.
Well, to take satire seriously, that's actually a skill set in itself, right? Like, a lot of people don't understand that when you're making a funny, like, sometimes that funny has to be a serious endeavor. You can't just fuck around and laugh your way to the bank.
No. And especially on this particular project, it's extra difficult because all of the speech bubbles are already there and they're all a set size and everything happens in a certain order that I have to fit the jokes into. So I have to do character, so when I'm writing, I'm always every sentence has to either do character development or move the plot forward or both. Otherwise, why is the sentence in there? Cut it. But writing this is everything has to be character development or move the plot forward or both. But it has to be a joke, every single thing. It's so hard to write in the existing frame.
You have to fit plot narrative into just a panel. It's not like you can go in and add stuff that's not already there unless you hire an artist and do all this extra work and pay all this extra money, which is against the communist manifesto.
That's too much effort. Yeah, that's too much effort.
Yeah, exactly. And even just sometimes I wish I could just change the order that people speak in. Because it would work better for a joke if person A spoke before person B instead of the other way around or whatever. But those challenges are what makes it so creative. Brings out some of the best stuff. So
now
I can't complain about it.
What is kind of your writing process for doing something like this? Do you have old copies of these that you white out the dialogue and then write it in pencil? And then erase it if it's shit.
We live in a digital era. You can do it in Paint.
Yeah, the original not Daredevil, the free one that I gave away, I made in Paint. And this one, I basically do the same, but I send it to Cap Articus, who does a proper re-lettering of it. So for this one.
If you have an Adobe account, you can get Illustrator and Photoshop on your tablet now. So that might be actually a help for you.
Put it on my to-do list. What was that? No, I've lost whatever the thought was.
Your process to writing these parodies.
Oh yeah, so I go through. So there's a whole bunch of these books out. Obviously, I've read a whole load of them, and in my mind, I think, this story can go with this story, in a big collection or whatever. And I just have plot like in my head, the original plot, you know what it is, and I just do with them for months in it, and then one day I'll sit down and I'll just write out the whole thing. I'll have like a couple. I'll have worked out how I'm going to change the story, like what my twist is, but I don't know what the words are. And I sit down and write it, and it comes out. But that's different for this, and that's not how I would normally write something. It's
Obviously,
a way.
no, you would do a script and a storyboard and all that nonsense, but you've already got your storyboard laid out. Like you've got the speech bubbles. You've got to go in and make it work. And don't think I don't.
The Marvel way.
Yeah, don't think I miss that Scarlet Skull reference. But
even that.
Extensive research has shown that the easiest way for the left-wing comic book writers to break into the industry is doing yet another reboot of a beloved pre-existing character, because that's worked so well for Captain Marvel. And Phil,
the artist formerly known as Captain Marvel,
and fill the book with heavy-handed communist propaganda and divisive critical race issues. Not Daredevil versus the Klan not only mocks the outdated cultural beliefs of the original's 1930s Golden Age creators, but also tired tropes and lazy writing of modern comics, awful attempts of rebooting classic franchises with in-between articles, fake satirical advertisements, and the letters to the editor, Not Daredevil versus the KKK, captures the style and the spirit of Golden Age comics. Immerse yourself in the Golden Age experience with a traditional pair of Comic Mark KGB X-ray specs. Holy shit, how do I get these?
I need these.
They're available as an add-on on the campaign, and will be one of the adverts that's inside the book. Like,
so if I
you back to the campaign by some more.
If I send you 20 Great Britain pounds, then I can get my own X-ray specs marketed by Comic Mark.
You can, yeah.
How very capitalist of you.
I realised that nobody's cornered the X-ray specs market. We're all looking at little add-ons so we can sell with our books.
We talked about this with.
Point.
We talked about this with Don Chen. I said that there's nobody in Comicsgate right now that is capitalizing on the market of creating ad pages like in the old Gold and Silver Age comic books, where you could mail in for, cut out army men and weightlifting books and X-ray specs and metal detectors and all that bullshit that they used to advertise in comic books.
Yeah. Well, this book has fake adverts in it. Best Career had fake adverts in it as well. Like, it's part of my whole
Can we be in one of your issues as a fake real advert?
Yeah, for $1, I'll add it. Yeah,
I'll pay you for it. I don't care. I'll give you money.
Yeah, we'll pay you.
It's capitalist as shit. I'll go against your fucking ideology to get in a book.
In Best Career, there's a full-page advert for my own YouTube channel, like telling you what time my show's on. Fridays, 10 p.m. Yes.
We did that in
Tales from Nerosville.
Tales from Nerosville. We did that. We paid for
Studios.
Yeah, we paid for a full page advert in that comic, and I really loved it so much. But I'll DM you about that. But who designed the ad pages in your book?
I do. So
you did?
They're always a little bit shit, yeah.
Well, now, for the X-ray specs.
Hold on, Ayrton.
Okay.
You should reach out to other CG creators and offer this service for every book that you do for a cut. Because I think that CG books would really fucking benefit from the idea that they would have that old school Gold, Silver Age feel where they had those advertisements in them.
Yeah, they'd have to be well, in my book, they'd have to be stylized into that golden age style. Yeah. Like when it does say on the campaign that the book is 30 plus pages, but that includes all of my fake adverts, and there's like articles that I write that are like real serious, like things that go in between that aren't just filler. Like they add to the overall like meta of the book. I hate saying that, like, because it's become something of an unwanted catchphrase. Yeah, it's an idea.
The Twinkies ad?
I do not know. We don't even get them in the real world.
No, you know what Twinkies are, the cream-filled, never expiring pastry.
Yeah.
Someone apparently like mimicked that ad in their book. I just can't remember who it was. I was hoping Ayrton could because I don't pay him.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Well, someone apparently like mimicked the Twinkies ad in their own book, but I do believe that CG
was it Don?
Maybe, but I do believe that CG needs a contingent of fake advertisements in their book. Also, you're redistributing the wealth to celebrate successful funding of Not Daredevil and beginning the revolution. I will be redistributing the wealth back to the proletariat, as every physical backer will receive a random 100% genuine communist coin with their physical purchase.
Well, I hold on. I have a quick question about the X-ray specs. Did you DM Andrew Yang and have him commission Elon Musk to engineer these for you?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Okay. Well, then I'm on board. I'm
buying the X-ray specs right now. We've got the quote by Adam Post here. Nobody on the planet could do what Kami Mark can do. What comes out of his fucking mind? Unbelievably meta. He wants everything to be so iconically different. He might do the biggest book in Comicsgate one of these days. Adam Post. But Kami Mark, haven't people tried to bring Daredevil back before? And you've got fucking stats. You son of a bitch pulled up stats from Eric Larson and Gail Simone from bringing back Daredevil from the Golden Age. And you're showing how, with just a little bit of effort, Comicsgate can help blow these cucks out of the water. So
yeah, because they haven't made that much money. Like, I mean, it's 5 times what I've made, nearly 10 times or something.
Yeah, but you're not selling to comic book stores. You're selling direct to customers, which is what these cocksuckers have done. And if those figures actually reflected because I promise you, I could probably have filled a long box full of Savage Dragon number 159 to 164 in my old comic shop. A long box, 300 issues of 5 issues of Savage Dragon. Because Savage Dragon doesn't fucking sell. Because nobody wants it after Pedogate, right?
Correct. Yeah, and they're non-refundable in it. Like, it's one of many examples of the mainstream fucking over the petty bourgeoisie in between, like the small business owners. Like, don't focus all over.
Well, you've got Eric Larson and Gail Simone on here, but Gail Simone.
If your book is that successful and you make a ton of money, won't that make you part of the bourgeoisie?
No, absolutely not. He's just the organizer of the Communist Party. Calm down.
Oh, yeah, just a chairman. And you see, I'm redistributing the wealth back to the people.
Right, he's sending you a coin that's worth something.
I mean, if I can get a hooker and a line of blow from it, from that.
I mean, in the right economy, you probably could, but you might have to wait a little while. But calm down. You just don't understand how things work, peasant.
sure, the country that currency comes from no longer exists. But if it did,
That's
Go ahead, Mark. I'm sorry.
I was just saying about declining it. The Soviet Union's not there anymore to spend it.
Well, we've got the not Daredevil sexy vampire cover. Now, this wouldn't be a stab at Vampirella, would it? Like this isn't a stab at
No.
Dynamite Comics at all, right?
No, it's just conveniently under the explanation about Dynamite's death-defying devil. And
Right. It's definitely not a you know a statement against the cooking, right? Like this definitely has nothing to do with that.
Well, you don't even know what you're on about, bro.
No.
Yeah. So this is my this is the last Comicsgate Vampirella variant that you're ever gonna see, because
Right.
they don't make these anymore. And at one point last year, like I thought, oh, this is a real possibility. Like maybe one day I could get one, and now that's gone. So.
Well, no. Here's the thing. You can add this to the quote to the campaign. This is the last and best Vampirella variant you're ever gonna fucking get, right?
Yeah. Take that, Ethan and Archie Bear. This is the best one.
We're not gonna get into to Ethan out of respect for Don in the chat. We love Don Chen. He's a great guy. And we don't want him to drink the Kool-Aid just yet. But my personal favorite cover is the 1980s Spider-Man cover down here at the bottom.
Yeah. That's so what I was saying earlier about the possibility of doing Dynamite crossover covers, like this is what I was imagining on it, like a Death-Defying Devil versus not Daredevil cover. It would have looked like this, but it still works. So I'm gonna do it. Like that's not Daredevil and Golden Age Daredevil. You can't tell me that it's not.
Well, I love that meme in particular, and my 9-year-old son is infatuated with Into the Spider-Verse, and they parody this meme at the end of that movie. So let's just read the tagline on this. It is forbidden by law for us to use the original name of this book, of this character on the cover of this book. Jacobus, no, I'm not Daredevil meme cover. And then you've got
I should clarify, it's the second book in it. Like this is the one that I gave away for free a year and a half ago, back remastered in a physical form. So it's not Daredevil versus the Ku Klux Klan. This is like a bonus add-on thing in it, issue 0, if you will, the origin story that a lot of people have already read, and you know that it's great already, so you got no excuse not to buy it.
Yeah, but I need it in my CG box, so I'm gonna need this book to be printed. So what's the goal to get this done with? Like, how do we get
it's already on there. It's already on there.
Okay.
You can buy both books right away.
So what you're saying is I need to go back up, and we're at 10:55, and I don't want to keep you up because I know in UK time you're at almost 4 a.m. So let's go through your perks real quick. We've got the Fumble Bundle at 102 USD or 75 GDP, but you've got an ass of stuff on it. You've got the not Daredevil versus the KKK, not Daredevil versus the KKK variant, not Daredevil Origins, not Daredevil Lesbian Vampire, which is that gorgeous vampire cover we just talked about. Pointless Warbound Certificate, X-Ray Specs, not Daredevil Secret Mega Print. Name in the book.
That's a secret MAGA print?
No. He's communist, bro. Calm down. American Evil #1. So what is American Evil? Talk to us about that real quick.
American Evil is a 12-page ashcan that I made for Best Career.
Okay.
Well, I wanted to make it into a full book, but only 12 pages of it got made, and I still printed it out anyway because
Well, the proletariat can only do so much.
Yeah, there's only so much work you can get done when you don't pay money for it.
Right.
So I got a bunch of them left over, chucking them in as well, people want them.
You've got the throw a shrimp on the Barbie, which we all do on the weekend. That is a warm and fuzzy feeling inside for $3 USD, $2 Great British Pound. You've got the Not Daredevil Origins, which is just the Origins book for 8 Great British Pounds, 11 USD. You've got the Not Daredevil Origins Aussie variant.
Did you actually print that upside down? Tell me you actually printed it upside down.
Yeah, bro, yeah. I definitely haven't just put it in the bag upside down. It's
upside down. No. So they can read it properly.
Notice as well, it costs £1 more than the regularly printed one.
Now talk to me about the fact that you're putting a book out for 14 USD when the majority of comic skaters have a 25 USD standard. Like, how does that happen?
Well, first of all, my book's only 30 plus pages. It's not 48 pages. So that's a big
48 is technically 30 plus.
Well, yeah, that's true.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Ayrton.
In the subset of 30 plus, 48 is part of that subset.
As a comrade, you're not incorrect.
I endorse his message. This book could grow to be 48 pages as well. The big kicker, the big difference is that I don't have to pay an artist on it. Like, the art already exists. So I'm trying to pass as much as that on to the consumer as possible. Cause
I like how you have a Klansman representing the book here.
That's a nice touch, isn't it?
No, you've got
that's actually the ghost of a Klansman.
Right, because he's already been sent to the gulag. Now you've got the variant for the same price,
and I would have to sue for life rights,
as well as the vampire variant, which Dynamite so graciously provided. Now you've got the digital bundle for 14 Great British Pounds or 19 USD, which is both books in digital for less than $10 a piece. And that goes a long way to the potato farms, ladies and gentlemen. So don't skimp on the digital downloads. We know you're going to share them on 4chan anyway, so just buy them. Not Daredevil versus KKK triple pack, which is both variants and the original cover, which you need all three for your fucking box. Let's not be unreal.
By the way, you mentioned potato farms just as I finished my pint of Guinness and had to open another one. Did you do that on purpose?
I did.
Okay.
Now you've got the quadruple pack, which is the Origins book and all three variant covers for 50 USD, 37 GDP. You've got the drawn into Not Daredevil versus the Klan. Now, how do you propose to draw somebody into a book that's already drawn? How's that going to happen? I'll pay $70 for that. How are you going to draw a church into that? You gonna draw a whole building into the landscape?
So what I'm doing is I'm photoshopping someone's head straight in. No art, no actual drawn. That's why the drawn part's in quotes. It's just to be photoshopped in there.
Crudely photoshopped into a not. So you're just going to take my my Twitter icon if I buy this. I see. I'm onto your game, Rogue. James Milan Mega Pack, the Not Daredevil versus KKK, the print, and the sketch for 82 USD. Which, I mean, a sketch, don't fuck around. This is good stuff. Not Sean Gordon Murphy tier. Well, I mean, if that plank of wood of a man can change the conversation, so can I. 1 hour Skype call. What is that?
Your 136 US dollars will be in the mail.
Yeah, I was going to say, I will be sending you an invoice after the show for 136 US dollars.
I mean, it's all in pennies. But
I mean, I've gotten this for free at this point, so.
Yeah, that's the only problem with that tier. That we have to do is ask me. Oh, come on, like.
As long as it's broadcasted live on the internet, you don't have to pay for it.
Right. Not Daredevil Boomerang.
Hey Mark, you want to come over onto my channel tomorrow?
No, the Not Daredevil. Now, here's the thing, Mark. I have a problem with boomerangs. Right. I forget how to throw them, but then it comes back to me.
Damn it! I was going to use that joke.
Yes, but I'm actually a dad here, so it works. Now you can get the actual painting for 340 USD or 250 GBP. I've got some people in Great Britain that might pay that. Not Mags Visaggio Sci-Fi tier. What is this? Purchase the rights to adapt Not Daredevil into a failed TV show on a B-list network, which gets canceled after 10 episodes. Absolutely.
Wait, how did you get a BBC contract?
He said failed network, Ayrton.
yeah, exactly. How did he get a BBC contract for this comic?
And finally,
the BBC's not failing. The BBC is on government life support forever.
Holy shit! Do we have a fucking rune?
You do, in fact.
Holy fuck!
Okay,
RuneKnight, Mark, RuneKnight. How's it going, buddy?
I'm sorry you had to put up with these two by yourself without anyone reasonable to defend you.
He's a communist. Mark, he doesn't need anybody to defend him. He can defend himself.
I'm sorry. How did you get a Channel 4 contract?
Oh no, we're going back. We're not looking at my campaign information. No.
No, if you need a failed channel, just do the Gaelic language channel in Ireland. That's a failed channel.
Purchase the Walmart distributions rights and guarantee to receive your copies of Not Daredevil before any of the actual backers. You get a copy of Not Daredevil versus the KKK for 2,000 GBP or 2,700 or $271,770. That's a first printing bonus. Can I just
send you a picture of my cock?
So if somebody buys that tier, what I'll do is I'll send them like the master PDF of the file, and they can do whatever they want.
Motherfucker, you better freestyle for them for that.
I'll give them like permanent rights, like to distribute it or whatever, and then I'll refund everyone who's backed the campaign and fulfill those dudes out of that money as well. But no one's ever paid, so it doesn't matter.
Like a true communist.
Can I offer a suggestion on that tier as well?
Go for it.
You should promise to do a not Cyberfrog comic.
That's something that I had considered like around 6 months ago, but then JDA did his Robo-Toad,
Yeah, but JDA is nowhere near as talented as you. And that's the whiskey talking.
Thanks.
Anyway,
if it makes you feel better, it's Scotch whiskey.
Correct.
So.
Anyway, in closing, I'm gonna let RuneKnight ask you a couple of questions if he wants to, and then we're gonna close out within the next 10 minutes. So I'm gonna give you 10 minutes to just have the floor after RuneKnight ask you any questions that he might have.
I mean, this is a horrible idea. I've been offline since 2 in the afternoon because Xfinity was working on their line. So
no, I know, but
no
you
idea
said
what's
you would
going
be
on.
Okay. Well, do you have any questions about not Daredevil? Have you heard about it? Do you know anything about Commie Mark at all?
I do not. And coming in late and being exposed to it, this is the most I've seen of it, and it's like, oh, this sounds fun.
Well, he's in the UK, and it is currently 4:07 a.m. for him. So I'm trying to get him the fuck out of here so he can go to bed.
Yeah. I've just sent you a DM on Twitter, Judge, and
I'm going to pull that up right now. Oh shit!
Yeah, that's how he got me.
Okay. All right. Do I need? I guess I got to pull this up on the channel. All right. That's what we do.
Please. That's how it works.
I got you, fam. Right here. Krishna Kid, the complete eye of the Brahma Saga.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it's... Okay, there we go. There we go. Sign up. I'm going to put it in the chat as well. Because I'm a good host, and that's what I do.
I'm watching the whole show on YouTube, with the lag. I'm waiting for the pictures to come up. There we go. Like it's cool. This is the book that I'm doing after this first Not Daredevil issue. This is going to be my first non-comedy book. It's an action-adventure story.
You can watch me sign up live on air. Here we are.
Ooh.
On the mailing list, sir.
Thank you. That's real close to passing 100 now already, that one is. So that's pretty great.
What's that in metric?
What's 100 in metric? 100.
Enough.
Americans always complain about metric, but use it to measure your drugs and your guns. So,
hey,
look, I wouldn't have cocaine if it wasn't for metric, so I'm good.
German car, everything's in metric on that fucker.
Look, the thing you gotta understand is that run guns, do sluts, and screw the law is what this country was founded on. We will mishandle everything. But the second it becomes about our drugs and our guns, we care about accuracy.
Exactly.
Now let's talk a little bit about Krishna Kid. Now, obviously, with Krishna, we got some Hindu and Indian influence, and that doesn't really jive with your Communist Manifesto. So where are you going with this?
I'm doing like a pretty straight adaptation of the Bhagavad Purana, which is a Hindu holy book that I read like years ago and thought this would make a sick comic book if it was in like a Dragon Ball sort of style. And then I spent years looking.
I had the same thought when I was 17 and edgy and rebelling against my parents.
If the background is any indication, the art style is absolutely beautiful.
Oh, the art's incredible. Like all of these joke books that I've been doing were so I could, establish myself in the community, like show people that I can write stuff without having to hire an artist. So that eventually someone would be like, bro, let me draw some for you. Like, and now this is what comes out.
Like, bruh.
Well, I'm adding it to the description as well. So anyone watching this at a later date, you can look in the description down below for the link to the Krishna Kid.
It's going to be great. It's got boobs in it. It's got boobs in it. You weren't expecting that. It's got boobs. It's got boobs.
Okay.
It's got punching.
If this is based on Hindu mythology, it not only has boobs in it, but it has women with multiple arms, and that's got to be somebody's fetish.
What about multiple boobs?
Again,
do we have more than two boobs?
For the mailing list right now.
I was going to say 2 boobs is multiple boobs, isn't it?
I said more than 2.
Okay, well,
a pluriform of boobs.
There's a page that's got at least 8 boobs on it.
Okay, that's more than I've seen in the modern porno in the last day.
I'm sold. I'm sold.
So Church, we need to start a boob scale. The quality of a work is based on the number of boobs it has throughout the totality of the work.
Correct. You're not wrong. I just confirmed. Right I just confirmed my my subscription. You don't have boobs, Ayrton. You're too skinny. You don't eat enough. You just drink too much.
It doesn't count if you have some young lady let you borrow hers. That's not the same thing.
Oh, fair enough. Hey, okay. I've something to.
Thanks for confirming your subscription. We will keep you up to date. Explore other projects at Indiegogo. Krishna Kid, the complete Eye of Brahma saga. I can't fucking wait, Kami Mark, and I hope to have you back when this campaign launches, brother. Do you have anything to close the stream out with, sir?
No, just go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm real close to the monetization.
Hold on. You're entirely too blasé. Don't just subscribe to his fucking YouTube channel. Buy his fucking book. Sign up to his fucking mailing list, you goddamn peasants. What do you think he's paying you for, not sending you to the fucking gulag? If you're not subscribed and you're not buying his book, then you're not safe. Calm down.
Church, if people sign up for his book, they're not peasants. They're raging against the.
They're peasants until they do, right?
No, it's the proletariat seizing the means of production, rising up against the bourgeois. You should know how this works.
No, they're not proletariats until they get their coins. It says so in the campaign.
Exactly.
I'm just saying. You want to encourage the proles to.
Anyway, if you're gonna, I'm just telling Kami Mark, if you're gonna be a communist, you go all out, brother. That's all I'm saying. You gotta Randy Savage it.
I now want there to be a work. I want someone to make a book, like a funny book, that is the early Cold War, but everything is settled by Western style wrestling, and Stalin is voiced by Macho Man Randy Savage.
You know, Kami Mark is the man to do that.
Just saying.
Hey, don't leak my.
Now let's look at this Krishna Kid.
So the rest of the
Lord Vishnu has returned to Earth as Krishna Kid, a god-child, prankster, model lover, divine hero, and the universal supreme being. Lord Vishnu returns to Earth in human form as Krishna Kid to end the tyrannical reign of King Cosma, to rid the world of demons and restore the balance between good and evil. His antics draw the attention of the gods. The feats of Krishna Kid draw the eye of Brahma. With Lord Vishnu missing, he leaves a power vacuum in the heavens. The legendary feats of the small blue demon slayer draws the focus of the gods as the pride and arrogance of Lord Brahma, the creator, grows. Fast-paced action and adventure with a manga twist. Krishna Kids brings a style you didn't know you wanted and the story you didn't know you needed. Kick-ass manga-style fight, speed punching, flying, magic, energy throwing, and a mystical flute. Krishna Kid coming soon on Indiegogo. We're going to play this video right now. 2 seconds. Done. And there's a lovely ending face with a kissy face of Kami Mark. The final showdown for control of the universe. The Eye of Brahma Saga. Battle of the Bull Demon. Showdown with the Stork Demon. Mountain-sized Snake Demon. Conflict with King Cosma. final showdown with Brahma, and much more. Become a devotee of Krishna Kid today for good karma in life. By signing up, you'll also receive the latest update and news from the campaign. You should throw a trading card in with that. That's what the guys are doing these days, right?
Yeah, something like that. On the Not Daredevil campaign, I said everyone who was on the mailing list would get a free digital copy of the Origin, which
The book that we already have? Like, what are you saying we get? I'm fucking with you, brother. Go ahead.
It's a stunt, and I haven't decided what I'm going to do on this. Like, this book isn't going to come out till the second half of the year. I've got time to work out some more fancy stuff to go with it. I do have some RPGs as a training card, potentially. Might be a print, I don't know yet. Like, this is on the back burner at the moment, and it will focus on getting Not Daredevil made and shipped and stuff.
Well,
this is the one I'm really excited about. Like, if you'd have said to me a year ago, like, you can do anything, well, I wouldn't have said this because I didn't think of it till like 6 months ago. But you know what I mean?
Well,
this is like a dream project.
I'm agreeing with Adam Post at this moment, sir. The sky's the limit, and the world is your fucking oyster, sir. Because not only are you funny, but you carry yourself with a professional weight, and you know what side of the bread what side of the bread your butter goes on. So, with that said, get us the fuck out of here, sir, because we'll close on your statement.
I mean, I got a serious question about Krishna Kid.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's a quick question, because I'm a nerd, and there are things that I'm interested in. Kami, does Ravana appear in the Krishna Kid?
Not in this one.
Oh,
nice.
Right. Kami Mark, it's your floor, sir. Get us the fuck out of here.
I got nothing. Let's all go to bed.
Subscribe to Kami Mark on YouTube. Subscribe to Kami Mark on Twitter. Back his campaign and sign up for his mailing list.